At last, they are finally doing it. Dragon Sword has officially rebranded as Dragon Sword Awakening and is coming to Steam. Not mobile, Steam. There is no mobile functionality whatsoever. But now officially on Steam, there is a listing and wish listing possible. Full release has also been confirmed globally for July 2026. Again, I will stress this. There is no longer any mobile crossplay functionality in any capacity. Dragon Sword Awakening is an upcoming anime-style open-world action RPG with MMO elements and functionality, developed and self-published by South Korean studio Helm 13 Inc. Worth noting here is that it is being built by the very same team behind the original Dragon Nest MMO, so you're going to go into this and you're going to immediately be hit with nostalgia. You're going to recognize designs, recognize monsters, maybe even some characters or classes, maybe NPCs. Helm 13's previous game, 100 Soul, featured a signature real-time switch action combat system, and Dragon Sword Awakening goes on to expand on that with a bigger, semi-open world, deeper story, and more polished visuals. It started originally as Dragon Sword, a gacha ARPG that launched in Korea in early 2026 via publisher Webzen. Yes, Webzen, that Webzen, the MMO graveyard that can only be compared to companies like Gamigo, Area Games, Gameforge, a place where games go to die and then be reinvented or re-released with egregious pay-to-win monetary financial business models that absolutely destroy any semblance of game left in it. After a messy publishing dispute, which I covered in a video recently, the TLDW of which is that Webzen went on to withhold payments, and that led to Helm 13 terminating their contract. It was a whole mess and disgusting on the part of Webzen. Many Korean players actually supported Helm 13 here and decided to boycott Webzen as well. Let this be a lesson to anyone that is going to work with Webzen in the future. The studio then went on to rebrand their game as Dragon Sword Awakening. They removed all live service and gacha elements and is now releasing as a premium buy once package focused on complete single player with optional co-op, a version of the game that is significantly improved. This is essentially a renewed, standalone, upgraded version of the game. Absolutely no more gacha, no ongoing live service grind at all. It's positioned as a spiritual successor to Dragon Nest still, but with modern Unreal Engine 5 graphics and more of a narrative focus. No mobile version of the game currently exists to my knowledge. They were forced to take the entire game offline due to Webzen and whatever power trip they were on. You play as Lute, a young boy with mysterious powers who washes up in the peaceful continent of Orbis. He teams up with a colorful cast of mercenaries and allies as they do what every protagonist does in this situation: kill squirrels, deliver eggs to NPCs that are legitimately 10 feet from one another, slay a god, save reality, you know, the norm. Since this is going to be a premium title, let's go through what it has to offer so you know whether or not you should A, spend on it, and B, even bother with it. As per their Steam page, explore the continent of Orbis, a radiant, warmly colored fantasy world brought to life with Unreal Engine 5, a living, breathing open world. Venture across beautiful meadows, secret cellars beneath watchtowers, treasure-filled deep seas and hidden caves and dungeons, all yours to explore on foot. Reliable adventure companions. Travel with trusty allies and adorable collectible companions called familiars that aid you on your journey, where everyday life becomes an adventure. Combine ingredients found across the continent to create new dishes through cooking, solve the problems of local residents, become a true member of Orbis. Now moving on to the combat. Thrilling tag team action using status ailments. Experience a spectacular tag team action unique to Dragon Sword. Status ailments and signal skills. Each of the 19 heroes possess distinct status ailment abilities. Stack status ailments with active skills and chain devastating combos with powerful signal skills for an exhilarating combat experience. Endless signal switching. Heroes weave in and out of battle in endless combo chains through switching signals. Build your own team with diverse combinations and craft your ultimate stylish combat. Yo, I don't mean to interrupt the video, but I need to take a moment here to thank all my incredible patrons over on Patreon whose support continues to allow for me to do regular videos like this every single day on this channel. Thank y'all so much, including our YouTube channel members. You guys mean the world to me. So do you guys as viewers as well. Now, without further ado, let's continue. And finally, precious bonds and their stories. From allies who fight alongside you to village guards, every character in Orbis carries a story of their own. Heroes with deep narratives discover factions entangled in complex interests and the hidden depths of the heroes within them. Characters brimming with personality. Oh, I bet they will be. From an eccentric elf who studies archaeology to a mysterious girl who traverses dimensions, forge bonds with a colorful cast and draw closer to the truth of the world. So, to summarize here, what we learned from this is that it features an open world with full open world exploration. You can climb, you can swim even underwater, you can fly, all while utilizing various different mounts. Like in most gacha games, it features companion and tag team combat, which means that you recruit unique companions. This is no longer a gacha game though, so you don't recruit them via pulling or spending money. Instead, you're going to recruit them entirely in-game free. You then switch to them, you stack debuffs, trigger signal skills, etc. Based off of what I've seen of the gameplay though from the Korean version of the game when it launched earlier this year, the combat is fast, it is fluid, it is strategic, it has aerial combos, knockbacks, knockdowns, a lot of team synergy. The large-scale multiplayer battles are also very chaotic, but also highly enjoyable with so much depth and complexity. There are familiars, which are little adorable collectible companions. It has live sim elements and a lot of side content like cooking, farming materials, helping NPCs with quests. It's also primarily a single-player experience, but it does have optional online co-op. It's not a full MMO, nor does it have always on open world grouping or heavy live service elements. The core experience is designed as a single player story driven action RPG with co-op layered on top for specific content. The co-op content is centered around PvE with no functional PvP system present. It seems like the current multiplayer systems are tied to dungeons, boss fights, and instance challenges and events. You're not going to be going out in the world seamlessly navigating through content and story with a synchronized narrative and progression system. You also won't be freely grouping up with random players while exploring the open world. The overworld and the story are primarily solo or with your AI companions. As an additive, one thing I would like to elaborate on just a little bit more is the fact that since this is no longer a gacha game, you don't have to worry about pay to win or OP characters or whales, because in gacha games, the more OP the character, the more that the whales could carry, especially in multiplayer content. This was very prevalent in Tower of Fantasy, with every character being attainable in-game completely free. It means now that every player will have access to equally as powerful characters without restrictions. This is great news for the game, this is great news for the genre, this is a great direction to take everything. And the game launches officially July 2026. They're likely going to be holding a test phase over the course of the next month or two, so be on the lookout for that. I'll do a dedicated video or an update video when that inevitably happens, but I'm excited to see what they ultimately do with this. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you are not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.